Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And trotting out there, no introduction needed for this guy around the league. Now in his 7th season as a QB.
And he left North Carolina with most of his school's records, and at one point was thought to be maybe the #1 quarterback in his draft class. He does bring deceptive athleticism and plenty of upside to the table. Add some consistency, and maybe he can really unlock what he can be in the NFL.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
How about the defense there trying to set the tone on the very first play of the game?
Yeah, there's a little bit of a glow here tonight because they brought the heat right out of the gate. What a good job establishing a tone for this one.
First carry here for Kenneth Walker III.
And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
Powell.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Seahawks send out their punter as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Taking on the midfield logo. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already.
A number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
And he remains the league's premier rushing threat and one of the biggest playmakers among quarterbacks. His goal each and every season, continue to expand his game as a passer and become well-rounded. All those highlight reel plays you see, they come off the fact that he can run it, throw it, and scares defenses every time he takes a snap.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice gain.
From the 20, here's 2nd and a yard.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Jackson. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
Not sure what happened there, but he just didn't get the right read on the coverage that time. Pass wasn't where it needed to be, and that'll send them back to the drawing board.
They'll try and run for it with Smith. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Now it's Jackson.
Down inside the 10.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Ravens put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bowling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now after the offsides penalty.
Howell, he'll look to throw it.
And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment, defense.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
Running right, here's Walker. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Howell out of the shotgun.
And that's incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
He'll get this complete to the tight end Barner.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Now Howell.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Blitz came there from the inside, and there just wasn't much resistance.
No, not at all. That means that defensively, they timed it up perfectly and matched up perfectly. They drew all the blockers to the other guys, left a free runner back to the quarterback. And you know what a free runner turns into?
What?
A free hitter.
Yeah, nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. 9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile.
Howell down to throw it.
And he finds Howard complete. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. So out now is the Seattle field goal team. From the right hash, this from 48. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
It really becomes a tale of 2 play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything is working pretty well for the defensive
What's going on the defensive side?
That's a tough one because he's prepped all week as well, and he can't get a bead on exactly what they're doing right now. What he needs is one of his guys just to make a big play and disrupt things.
On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The keeper gets him 7 that time, but it'll lead to a 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, Smith. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Boy, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. And we'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment.
Here's Jackson to throw.
That's caught. It's a rookie from Alabama. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
A good pickup there at 22. Play action. Now Jackson. And that is incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Now Jackson.
That one taken in by Neighbors.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a third down coming up.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 17-yard line. So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
Up the middle they go. Keys. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
When a drive goes this long, you have to give a lot of credit to the guys up front, those big fellas, because the offensive line is putting something together that allows them to continue to control the ball. And I know a lot of people think they get fatigued on a long drive. Actually, a lot of times the reverse happens. They actually get energized because they're controlling the ball, and they're the ones dictating to the defense.
He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. So 2 of 2 on third down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. Back to throw. Lawson.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance.
So another third down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Off the bootleg. Lawson steps up. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
It's a 1-yard touchdown run
as his guys are able to extend their lead. Point after try forthcoming. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. He finds his man complete. That's Clark. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
Off the play fake. Oliver. And he can't escape, and down he goes. And now that brings up 4th down there. A loss of 6 yards on the sack. The Seahawks send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Ravens, they'll take over. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down.
Taken down at the 42.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
They go play action here on first down. Rolling to his right. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI.
Defense.
So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
Oh, and this one it may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
They'll look to throw again. And that's incomplete.
Well, that one fell incomplete after being tipped in the air. But I have to tell you, I had a bad flashback of going to head to the stadium stairs in practice. Because what we were always taught, any ball like that, if it's not spiked towards the ground and you actually tip it up, then that's an error on your part. Because now you've given hope to the offense. Maybe help create a big play for them instead of going up and either intercepting it or knocking it down. I ran many a stadium step for my errors.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3.
So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps. And the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work.
It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27. Off the option, he'll try and run with it.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Really good effort. He does it himself, picks up 15, also picks up the first down.
It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball. But the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete.
And he'll get positive yardage there as he'll be touched down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
From the 48-yard line, here's a 2nd and 4.
Looking to throw. Oliver. He finds his man. Complete. It's Clark. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded just inside the 20. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Looking left side, and it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On first down, Keys. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. He's going to rifle one deep left side. This is caught inside the 15. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. They'll look to throw now on first down.
That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively. It's second down.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
They'll run it with Johnson. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That was well coached and even better executed because you saw him looking for the cutback lane, never materialized, and had excellent pursuit to stack that play up.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. He's got it. Touchdown. From 8 yards out, and the Ravens will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Point after, right down the middle, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
The Seahawks going to take over now late in this first half. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So the call there, roughing the passer.
Well, the preseason's time for working out the kinks, but sometimes you've got some defenders who are too eager to impress trying to make this team. And that time we saw one take a shot at the quarterback way too late.
Short one here, complete to Dixon. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Back to throw. Oliver
setting up the screen here. This is Walker.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
Let's go now.
Back to throw now on first down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Short one here, complete to Dixon. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
What do they have for this? 3rd and 11.
Let's go.
Operating from the gun, Oliver. And Dixon has it. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
Here we go.
They'll run for it. It's Walker. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
A final shot before break. Lawson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So we have reached halftime. Boy, rough crowd. No football for 6 months. Already we're skipping halftime. All right, let's get right back to the action. We're set for quarter 3. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Probably not likely to see many starters in the second half as we get back at it underway in this preseason opener.
Kicking out of bounds. Kicking team.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
Now a play fake here on first down. That one will be incomplete. He caught it but could not stay in bounds for the long connection.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Now inside the 25.
And he'll finally be taken down at the 18.
53 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Off the bootleg. Lawson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And that could have been the lifeline they needed. This is a play that could have been made. Instead, it's just going to fall incomplete.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. This is caught.
And the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half. Just being...
Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. From 3 yards out.
And the Ravens take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Point after here coming up. And that'll increase their lead to 28. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back on. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he is going to lose yardage here. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. Off play action. Oliver.
Well, the corner gets a hand on it, but he still makes the play.
And all the way down to the 35. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Looking to throw. Oliver.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Clark, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. That went out wide and intercepted. And the Ravens are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. So a nice play defensively by the rookie coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners end up winding up on special teams and sub-packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there.
Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Lawson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Off play action. Lawson, flush to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. Now a give right side. Keys. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
Holding offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
They'll send a tight end in motion right. They'll run on 1st down. Clark, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Oliver. And his throw is incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn.
There he goes, right side. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle.
Wan'Dale Robinson, 48 yards. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Let's go.
Operating from the gun. Lawson. He finds his man. Complete. That's Richards. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
Misdirection's the key on this play. They line up with 3 receivers to the opposite side of the tight end, and they're all going to work their way across the field and let the tight end slip underneath against flow the other way. They're banking that he can get lost, and that's exactly what happened as they pick up a first down.
Off the play fake. Lawson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Here we go, Shaq.
From the gun on 3rd down. Lawson working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Johnson goes in motion left. On 1st down, Keys. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been flat getting it done, 8 for 9 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And in for the Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. Ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Ravens up the lead to 4 scores now here in this 4th quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now the ball now going back over the Seattle Seahawks offense. And certainly this, not the performance that they were hoping for to begin the exhibition season, but still plenty to watch for in this 4th quarter. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when he decided not to throw it on 1st down. But give them credit, they recovered in time to deny him the 1st down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short, so that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Sacked on the corner blitz by Marlon Humphrey.
Partner, my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front 7 today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 33. Looking to throw. Oliver. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Operating from the gun. Oliver over the middle. He completes it to Robinson. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
From the gun on third down, Oliver. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And the Ravens will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued. Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field.
It has been a dream start to the preseason thus far as they look to finish things strong in the fourth quarter.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10 at their own 43. Off the bootleg, Lawson. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. So no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Off play action. Lawson on the move to his left. And he finds a man on a crossing route. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play.
Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for first and 10. That's out to the left flat and complete. And a few little style points on the juke, but not much room to maneuver after that. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's second down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
From the 39-yard line, here comes second down at 6.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. His throw incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
The line to gain is the 33 on third down. A carry here for the big tight end. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this will be touched by a member of the kicking team inside the 20, and it's at the 17-yard line.
The Seahawks again now ready to take over on offense. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
2nd and 4. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Robinson. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Oliver.
And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to...
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
Talk about two sides of the ball at cross purposes, because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. That front seven, they've loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats, and maybe some backups can get in and get a sack as well.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and that'll bring up 4th down. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.